Back. I promised I'd follow up and talk to you about some things to consider when choosing a school to train for self defense. Hi, my name is Siege, and I like to focus on self defense for women. So, in addition to having a license to carry a concealed firearm, I do train with my firearm. I know all the safety rules, and I make sure I stay current with the laws of my state. But there are times when you may not have your firearm or you may not be able to get to it in time. Suppose you work in a building where it's prohibited. Maybe it's a government building where you don't have access to it, it's not on your person. Here are some other things you could consider, and some things that I think are very important for women and young ladies in particular. We need to learn how to use our bodies to defend ourselves. We need to learn some hand to hand techniques that can help us if we are grabbed, pulled, or dragged. Someone attempts to do one of those things to you. You have some idea of what to do to get yourself free, to get away safely. So, here are some disciplines I think you can focus on: wrestling, Brazilian Jiu Jitsu, Muay Thai, kickboxing, MMA, and judo. Now, in many places, you'll find some of those disciplines combined, which is fantastic. But some things to look for when you're starting your journey. Number one, where is the school located, either from where you live or where you work? So, can you get there comfortably on time for class? Normally, you want to arrive about 10 to 15 minutes before your class starts. You don't want to come running into the door 2 minutes before you need to be in your position or in your spot or on the mat. So, do you have enough time to get there easily? Part of that is going to be where the school is located, where you're leaving from, and the parking. So, you want to consider parking in the area. Is it a great parking lot, or do you have to find on street parking and you need a little extra time? Consider those things. Is the parking lot well lit? During the winter months, I'm on the East Coast, it gets dark before 5 o'clock. You want to make sure the area around your school and your school parking lot are well lit. Now, I know we all are aware that we have to have situational awareness. We have to look around us. We have to look at things that seem out of the ordinary. We have to trust our gut and listen to it when we feel that something is off. But you can't stay on high alert every second of your life. It would be exhausting. So you want to make sure the parking lot is well lit. Just because you're taking self-defense doesn't mean you let all the other things go out the window. So still, you want to be aware. You want to make sure you can see where you're going. You want to make sure the parking lot is well lit. You want to make sure when you go into the school, I think someone should greet you. Someone from the staff or one of the more senior students in the school should come up and greet you. Ask if you have any questions they can answer. Maybe they will tell you a little bit about their program. Maybe hand you a business card or a pamphlet. It just depends. But someone should greet you. Maybe they'll show you around the school, the locker rooms, ladies' locker rooms, changing facilities, if they have showers. You want to see where those things are if they have them in the school. Who are the instructors? What are their backgrounds? So I think one of the big thing with instructors, you want instructors that have some level of competition. I don't care if it's amateur competition. Everybody's not going to be a pro, but do they compete? Because competition teaches you a lot about your self defense, and it's usually against someone in your own discipline. So it's what we call pressure testing. How well do the techniques you learn work when you're against an opponent? So, competition is a safe, controlled environment and is a good way for you to test your own skill level. So it's you against you, even though you have an opponent. You're testing your ability to execute the moves that they've taught you in the school. So is it working for you, or do you need to go back and refocus and think about how you're training or what you're training? So do the instructors compete? If not, that may be okay, but you have to decide that. So think about that. Cost, of course. Cost is relative. It depends on where you are financially, but I did not put cost at the top of the list. I think it's, for me, it is not the most important thing. The most important things are the location, if I can get there, the instructors and their background, and whether or not they compete or if they're training students that are currently competing. That tells you a lot about how well the program is doing and how well their process is actually working. You also want to know the schedule. Do they have classes only 1 or 2 days, or is it 3 to 5 days a week? That's important. How easily can you get signed up for a class? Do you sign up in advance? So if you sign up for Monday and Wednesday at 7 p.m., do you have an option to change, or is it open and you just show up? It doesn't matter. Find out, like ask in the school, and they'll be able to tell you. If it's a huge school with a lot of people coming in and out, you may have times where you have to sign up for a class, and that would be your schedule, just like a school schedule. It would not change. So find out if there's a schedule or if it's just open for you to show up during class times without signups. Um, I also want to know if in the school there are levels of classes: beginner, intermediate, and advanced. So, do they split it up so you have an opportunity to learn at a slower pace? If you never had a self-defense class before, ask if they have levels to the classes because that could be important to you. Things that should not keep you from going. Things like, oh, I don't know what I'm doing. Everybody has to start somewhere. We all start at ground zero. So don't let the feeling of being uncomfortable, or I don't know what I'm doing, or I'm not really sure about this, don't let that stop you from trying. Most places offer a free week where you can get 2 or maybe 3 classes during that week. If they have it, please sign up for it. Most places will allow you to come in and watch a class, so you can go in and watch the adult class. You can, if they offer 2 or 3 disciplines, you can watch the different disciplines to see how well the classes run, how well the students interact, how respectful they are to each other. Um, I prefer a class that is very well organized. I don't like a lot of chit chat because time is money and you're paying for instruction, and you want people to be attentive and pay attention to instruction so that everybody can learn. So you want to view a class and see how it goes, see how the classes run. That's important. One thing I don't want you to do is, I love cardio kickboxing. I've done it hundreds of times, but cardio kickboxing is not self defense. If you want to go have a great workout, great camaraderie, and really get some good exercise, cardio kickboxing is wonderful. But if you are only training on a bag and pads and there's no contact with a person and you don't have an opponent, it is not self defense. So, cardio kickboxing is different. It's a wonderful thing, but it is not self defense. It's not the same thing. So, I don't want you to find cardio kickboxing and think you're learning how to defend yourself. Not the case. So, think about the disciplines: location, times, schedule, friendliness of staff, price, of course, and can you get there and back? Does it fit into your lifestyle? If you can find something that has 80% of that, then I think you're in great shape. So look up places in your area. Look for self defense, women's self defense. Look for jujitsu, Muay Thai. Look for MMA. Take a class, take an introductory class. If it's 2 or 3 times a week they allow you to try a class out, do that. If you are nervous about going, get a friend, drag a friend with you, go in. You can both take the class together. But take a class, try it. I guarantee you, you will learn something, even if you only do it 2 or 3 days. The longer you stay connected with it, of course, the more proficient you will become. And it does pay dividends. It could really help you when you need it the most. So just think about it. Next time I come back, I want to talk to you about some specific schools and organizations that either I have trained at or I know someone personally that they've trained there and the instruction is great. The self defense is excellent, and I would recommend these places. So, depending on where you are, it may or may not be in your state. I live in Pennsylvania, so most of the places are going to be in or around Pennsylvania, New Jersey, New York, Delaware, or Connecticut. Those are the places I know best. So, next time, I promise to talk to you about schools that I would highly recommend. Until then, stay safe.